think everybody dances to the theme, or is it just
Probably,
me?
probably just you.
Just me when I'm baked.
I wonder how many people see the theme.
I think they
If
would
they
see it and
join
do like a
early.
Pavlovian response because they know how
Oh,
much
gotta go.
fun they're gonna have.
Gotta go.
Marital hate. It's a damn good time. Oh, that was actually last night.
We have our first comment already.
Tree says, "Hello,
Hello.
peeps.
Hello.
What's up, OG lesbian in the house?" This is Marital Hate. I am Stacy. This is Doug.
Yes.
And Marital Hate is a live interactive podcast. So we don't hate each other, but most of the time, sometimes a little bit.
Sometimes.
But we're married, and but we see the world through very different eyes, and we have a tendency to squabble. Sometimes you might hear a little bell or somebody will get thrown in the pool.
There's hate.
It really could go in any direction. But the best part of the pod is, I think, is the master haters, like our friend
the interaction.
Tracy that's here already. The haters, the master haters. The whole vibe is just like, kind of having a good time, creating community. It's also like a fucked up Howard Stern / morning show type
conversational
situation.
Yet.
You don't know what we're going to talk about. We don't know what we're going to talk about half the time.
Signs by Laura is here.
Oh, Signs by Laura is here. As a matter of fact,
she says hi, guys.
So Signs by Laura.
Tell me about Signs by Laura.
So I don't know.
It's a really weird first name, Signs by.
Signs by Laura. Let me see if I can pull up her.
Laura's a normal name.
So Signs by Laura. We met because we're much like all creators,
yes,
trying to grow our audiences. So we're in some similar groups together.
Excellent.
And I believe there it is. Okay, so she has. So apparently, like last spring, she was like, "I'm going to start crafting for fun," and then realized it was relaxing, and so she started selling her crafts. By the way, this is just based on my
money, also relaxing.
The little I remember from looking her up today. So she has, you can go to her, I guess this is a Shopify or whatever, and it's signs and designs by Laura.com. And she tells you a little bit about her. She makes signs, designs, and timeless creations. These are great because small business.
Yeah.
They're very inexpensive.
Yep.
And folk art's making a big comeback as we go to this world of AI and digital nonsense of human disconnection. This shit is where it's at. Not to call your stuff shit because I think it's beautiful. And so I was looking a little bit today. She would be great for wedding centerpieces.
Yeah.
One of a kind. Housewarming gift. Maybe like a little wedding gift.
We're happy to have you.
I think people want cash as a wedding gift, but if you gave them something like a welcome to our family home kind of sign for their new home, that might be a nice, that
would be fantastic.
Combo.
So when we got married, what was your little edict that you had?
We didn't really need any presents. We had everything we needed. So what we did was we told everybody, either give us something you have or make us something.
So we had a couple pieces of artwork.
Yeah,
one of which
my sister-in-law Patty,
the painting hangs up in her home.
My sister-in-law Patty painted us Situate Lighthouse where we got married, which was really pretty.
Yeah. And
she I don't know how she even knew that we're getting married. Well, she must know.
Yeah, she would have known.
And she must have Googled it. So that Patty, she's very thoughtful, but she doesn't watch podcasts.
She's so busy painting thoughtful.
I'm gonna have to get that another.
I'm trying to think. Are there other made gifts that we got? Again, that was like the big one. There was another drawing that we got.
Yeah, we got one from a bunch of Chicago stuff.
I was hoping to get like cookies.
Well, Rob Noah gave us a check.
We got a check.
Laura says my company name is Signs and Designs by Signs by Laura. Wait, is that
Signs and Designs?
Is that the website I pulled up?
By Laura.
Or did I pull up the wrong website and just promote someone else for no fucking reason? I would do that.
Because that was, I don't know.
Laura, you can just if you want to just put it in the comments, like the website or whatever. And if that was the wrong one, please let us know because I'm stupid. That other Laura's doing some good stuff.
I liked it.
If it is you, good job. And if it's not you, also she's doing a good job too. I bet yours are even better.
And if it's not you, then we reserve the right to judge
yours. I mean, we can get to her because I looked her up, right? Like I thought that I was looking at the right place, and it's possible that I was wrong. Ann Walker is here. She says hello.
The walk dog.
So she calls herself Walker. I can't call you Walker. My dead dog's name is Walker. So I would think of my dead dog. But I feel like you need a little nickname, and I've never really come up with one.
Right,
and I want to call her like Hippie Ann. I want to call her like Fierce Ann, like anti-government
Ann.
Anti-government. We call her anti-government.
Government.
That's compliment ever. Let us know. Signs and Designs by Laura.com. So it's the one I took them to.
Okay.
All right.
So we're good. All right.
When the freak is it going to be a normal temperature there?
Right now, it's 59 right now. It's a little. I'm not gonna. It's tomorrow 70.
Said owl.
71, 72. Monday and Tuesday next week, high of 66. Yeah, it's gonna be a while.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
I called.
So Saturday, Sunday, 71, 75% chance of rain on Sunday.
Did you hear an owl?
No.
Somebody said owl.
I think she wants to be called an owl.
Do you want us to call you an owl? Can we call her owl?
No, because that was my dad. I can't call somebody.
Yeah, see, I like anti-government, right? Our friend anti-government. She'd have to get like a new YouTube name. Here's the thing: if you're gonna comment frequently on the podcast, and we pull the comments up on the screen. By the way, if you ever have a comment you want to make, and you don't want your name to be like, you don't want your name on it, just like DM me or like text me or whatever.
Let us know.
We won't put you up there. But I would say if you're going to comment on a regular basis with like controversial remarks, you might want to change your screen name to not your name, not your government name. I love that phrase, my government name. What's your government name? Because if you say street name, people think that you mean like their hood name. Like mine is like MC Rope Hair.
MC Jeep Rope Hair.
Nickname because I sit and watch and listen to everything. Yeah, you can't have Alice's dad. I'm sorry. And I don't think you want Turtle Pooper Scoop.
Turtle Poop Ann.
She says, I like anti-government. There it is, our friend anti-government.
Right,
that's hilarious.
Is it like Ann B. Davis? Like the T is the Ann T.
And I feel like she could make that like a screen name on like one of these anti-government.
She could go on the dark web and with that name. It's
really funny. We had a guy come on one night and he commented and his name was it was a racial slur.
Was a racial
like a straight up racial slur.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't.
But he spelled it out like
Yeah. And so I had another one today, and
we didn't allow him on the show.
We didn't allow his comment on, and then we had we're that guy probably a racist. Then we had a like for sure a racist, but it took us a little while to figure out that she was for sure a racist.
Well,
like I was like, if I just
said, well, you can't say that, and then she doubled down. And then tripled down, and then came back the next night.
She doubled down over the course of 3 days.
Yeah, kept coming back.
And she was
we love everybody, so
and I'm like, I
really work hard.
Yeah, we just assume everybody has good intentions. So when you say something nasty to us, it kind of just goes.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to be very direct when you're nasty to us. Like you look like Courtney Love, and not in a good way. Kind of a compliment.
You look like.
And then also there was this podcast is a total waste of.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Oh Lord.
We actually like the negative comments because they kind of fuel us into being either better or the exact same.
Well, the thing that's interesting about it is that every time we get a negative comment, I'm like, oh, this is like preparing us because we're gonna make it.
Right.
Because like the more popular you are, the more negativity you're gonna catch. And we don't really
look at Taylor Swift. There's absolutely nothing to not like Taylor Swift about, and half the country is like
so on the one hand, I think she's very talented. I think good for her. I think that she's done a lot of positive things for young girls. And on the other hand, I think she's fake as fake can be. I think the NFL is fake as fucking fuck. And that she is just a pawn in that game. She's somehow involved in it. She's getting a cut. And also, I think that I don't like her pushing her politics on young people that really don't have a fucking clue. She was making like Biden cookies. I don't think that it's.
Is it okay for Kid Rock to push his agenda about beer?
I think
and guns?
It's different for
shooting beer with guns.
Here's my thing. I think anybody, and we've talked about this before, but we'll talk about it again. I think speaking up for something you believe in when it could potentially cause risk to your business is an integrity move, but foolish. So if you're somebody who's in the public eye or could potentially lose business because you opened your mouth, you're foolish to open your mouth. I respect it, but you're foolish to do it. But when we're talking about Kid Rock versus Taylor Swift, the difference is Kid Rock is not marketing himself to 12-year-old girls. Taylor Swift is. And I don't believe that they have the brain development, and it's a massive responsibility. So while I think that like the things that she does, like with the friendship bracelets and promotes women's empowerment, I think that those things are great. I can buy myself flowers. Is that her?
So does that preclude her from being able to voice a political opinion?
I'm suggesting
come out for a cause.
I'm suggesting that if you're in that position, at least if I was in that position, and I was speaking to that audience specifically, because I do spend a fair amount of time talking to young people, as we know. The number one thing I always tell them is that they have to figure things out for themselves. They have to think critically. And that's the message I would prefer that she spread. And that's also like I'm fine with celebrities spreading messages like the messages that were spread to us about anti-censorship. Like I thought that it was great that musicians spoke about that and constitutional rights, because kids aren't being taught about their constitutional rights.
Well, the thing about censorship, it works both ways. If you're gonna you're gonna censor this and not that. I mean, same thing. We've gone through this with social media and all that stuff. But I think that because I know a lot about performers and celebrities and things like that. Elvis would never state his opinion on the Vietnam War when he was at press conferences and things like that. So I would give Taylor, I would give anybody advice on that, and hey, tread lightly on that. But then you do have the Ted Nugents, the Kid Rocks, and Gene Simmons or whoever
I think
that are going to come out.
But again, they're very different. Specifically.
Yeah, no,
Jesus Christ! I just got kicked out of the Instagram account.
You didn't. You didn't say anything bad, did you?
No. Well, last night apparently I said that I was going to Google two dudes doing each other at the same time, and they thought that I was.
We're promoting some sort of.
They thought but then I pulled up a link. I said I was going to Google it, and then I pulled up a link, and I think that they thought that I Googled it, but I in fact did not.
Anyways, I will bring up this. Anna's apologizing. Sorry, Doug. I'll be good tonight. I don't know what PSYOP. I don't know what that means. Does that mean something? Psych op. All right, and then Laura, 100% agree with something. I'm sorry we didn't get back to that. We have no idea what you're agreeing with. Hopefully, it's me. But I would, I would tread lightly. But hey, I am a firm believer in use your celebrity for what you believe in.
I do. I believe. I don't want any. I would never speak politics to a child, because I don't. I want the child to be able to understand things and make a decision for themselves.
Yeah.
But there are times where parents have to teach their children. Yes, but the thing is to teach them to think for themselves all along. Now, I know for me and a lot of my friends, and different people had different viewpoints on this, but families had no choice but to discuss vaccinations and masking with their children, because of what recently happened. So there, if you were a family that
it brought it into the conversation,
parents were left with no choice, because it was so heavily politicized, and I have a problem with that, because the parenting decisions that an individual family makes, I believe, are those families' business and no one else's, and it's really it suddenly took away HIPAA, it took away privilege, the privacy.
I've got a great follow-up question, by the way.
Sure. I think it took away people's. I think it took away that. First of all, it took away kids being able to be kids. It took away school, although I think that was a good thing in a lot of ways, because I think a lot of parents decided to homeschool as a result, which is a decision I think is a pretty good one for most families. But parents had no choice but to discuss what was happening in the world with their kids, and the kids kind of were denied a childhood, in just in so many ways. And I hate to be redundant, but it's worth repeating. I think. What do
Tracy
you think?
says that you nailed that on the head about taking away rights and HIPAA. And Donna, hello Donna. No more muzzles for me, and no more rabies and distemper shots. That's it. That's very funny. If anybody needs distemper, Donna,
It would
just
be
saying.
Donna. It
No,
would
my
be Donna.
question, and I don't want to talk about this all night, but it's if you have like a 15 or 16-year-old, and you tell them to get vaccinated, or do you not? You let them make their own decision?
Well, I think that
Like, I don't know what the answer to that is. I just think it's an interesting thing because we talk about.
So knowing what I know, and knowing people I know who have kids that have been on I know people in every situation on this one. So I believe that parents have a responsibility to prepare the children for the world, and that means
Yeah.
teaching them to think for
Oh
themselves.
yeah. You definitely
And
talked
I
to 'em
believe
about it.
that you give your children more freedom over their bodies as they get older.
Mhm.
Because a kid that age is starting to rebel,
Mhm.
you as a parent could say to them, I'm not going to, let you get this. You're not of age.
Mhm.
And this is why. Or you could discuss it with them and talk to them about it. But if you take too firm of a line on anything with a kid that age,
Oh yeah. They're just gonna go.
they're
the other
going to
way.
rebel.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because I have a few dear friends that their kids, that these people were, staunch, anti-vaxxers, and their children went to college and
Mhm.
got every vaccine in the schedule. And of course, those parents were upset. And by the way, I'm talking about like 5 different parents that I know, not like any one group of kids. So, and of course, I know myself, I have pushed things with my kids that they rebelled because I should have just fucking bit my tongue. But, they, I think it's up to an individual family to decide. But I think the key point is to arm your kids with the intelligence to ask difficult questions and to make decisions
Mhm.
for themselves and to discuss it with you. And so if you can start like, hey, we want you to start, I'm talking about from an early age, you want to be able to make decisions for yourself. And maybe for a toddler, the decision is, do you want to brush your teeth before your bath or after your bath? Because you're doing it either way, you little shit. Or is it
You're getting
something
the
bigger
belt.
like,
Don't get it.
what, do you want to have your wisdom teeth removed? Do you want to have a root canal or whatever, procedure it may be, where they're able to have, gather information for themselves and do research. Part of the problem with involving kids in making decisions for themselves, however, they don't want to listen to mom and dad.
Yeah.
And they don't want to do research for themselves. So what do? They go to their peers who are just fucking idiots. And I was an idiot when I was that age. And don't get me wrong, they may have the occasional wise friend, but their friends don't have, the life experience. And so one thing I'm proud of, and I've actually read studies about this, show that they are listening. They're just not listening to mom and dad. So if they can be around positive adults, maybe somebody in the church, maybe a neighbor or a friend, an aunt, an uncle, or whatever, it helps them to still have that guidance and make their own choices. So I think it's a long-winded way of saying, I think it depends on the family, but I think a discussion should be had.
I can't believe
What do you
while you were saying that, I'm like, get the belt.
Get the belt.
I'm just kidding.
There's a bunch of comments here.
So first, Ann chimes in and says, if you go to your doctors and they no longer give you a HIPAA paperwork to sign, you sign on a pin pad. Do not sign. You may be giving informed consent. No more political tonight. She needs a break, as we all do. They just want to listen to their friends and underdeveloped minds. That's kind of why I brought it up. Because is their opinion any more valid when they're 16 on a gender change or a disease shot or whatever?
They don't have full brain development.
So
until
she
25.
says yes. So
full brain development, not till 25.
So do you step in and in either case and dictate what that child does and say, yes, you're still a child.
I think
you live under my rules, even though they might be staunchly against it.
I think that we should have some sort of path to adulthood, because it's bonkers to me that it's like, you're 16, you can drive. You're 18, you can die for your country. You're 21, you can drink. But because these are just fucking arbitrary numbers, you're going to do whatever the fuck you want, and your parents are going to approve or disapprove, or they're going to give you access or they're not going to give you access. So how about when they're 25 years old, kids have full rights as an adult. They can serve their country, they can vote, they can drink, whatever they want to do all at once. They can do whatever the fuck they want. But prior to that, their parents can give them permission to do those things, and their parents can remove their permission to do those things. And if the kid, for some reason, thinks that they're in an abusive situation or that their parents are being unrealistic, they can, I don't know, apply to the government, like a Department of Wayward Kids.
An orphanage down there. Go check that out and come back. Let me know how it goes.
Part of the problem is like so many kids, they've gone through school. First of all, a lot of kids, especially with families with two working parents, the kids have been, a product of the school system, and the school system, we talked about it before.
Yeah, but if you're not having an influence on your own children,
but if you think
to a good degree
about
making a decision.
Think about this. I had 4 kids. My kids were all in activities.
Yep.
And I worked, and I was a single
that's just
parent.
because you were trying to impress other parents that had kids in
by paying my rent. That was fun. But my point is that how much time do you really get with your kids?
As well.
And if you have somebody telling your kid one thing for 8 hours a day, and then you have them for 2 hours a day, and you can't spend the entire 2 hours.
I think you're giving the schools way too much credit. Those people are just pushing those kids through. They're not spending 8 hours. No one person spends 8 hours a day with your kid, and you get Mr. McGee for 45 minutes.
But the curriculum is designed. It's designed for, the teaching methods are designed. And now, I mean, imagine if your dad were alive today. Do you think he would want to be a teacher today?
No, because he'd be 92 years old.
Okay, notwithstanding the fact that he's also very dead. Corpse dad. Also very old, teaching in school. I don't know what to tell you. You're dismissing my serious thing. Jesus. I don't think your dad would like teaching today. I don't think, because most people that are like that we know that we think are great teachers have gotten out of the industry because of the politics of it all and the curriculum and the standardized tests. But,
well, I think much like when he was alive, he would probably butt up against the administrators and try and teach in his own revolutionary way. We have a comment here.
Jason says the answer is college homeschooling.
If I had a daughter, college homeschooling. No, you're not going to doing any of that crap. No.
Based on a recent Instagram video we saw. But for me, it's not about. I want kids to have their independence. I want them to go out and to see the world. But parents, and I don't know if Jason's got kids or not, or how old
Jason
they are.
has lovely children.
But are they?
I've only met one of them, and she is lovely.
But are they itty bitty? They big?
No, she is not itty bitty.
But like, there's a lot of these kids that mom and dad need to be there still to guide you. But that rebellion of it all, it's like, just enough. Like, let's decide that we can do this, and let's, because I just want kids to have support, and I want parents to be empowered to support them, and I don't think, I think that we so neglect the importance of brain development.
I will say this: one of the key things that I noticed from my parents.
By the way, I think your parents should be able to let you do whatever the fuck you want till you're 25. If your parents think, okay, this kid can drive a tractor and he's 6 years old, then you should be able to do that. Fuck the government. I'm talking about full legal rights under the Constitution for all this stuff.
Okay? Are you done interrupting me?
Because your parents are still responsible for you.
I was going to say, so difference I saw between. Are you going to interrupt me again?
I don't.
God damn it, woman.
Sorry for all the interrupting. Yes, you can't finish a sentence without me interrupting. Okay. But I was I'm very high. And I was meandering because I don't think I'm making my point.
My point, what trying to.
Do you understand my point at all?
Because yes, I know. I kind of get what you're saying.
Can you convey it for me?
You want kids to do whatever the hell they want, but you also want your parents to be. You want the parents to be involved and help guide the kids, and not let them be, quote unquote, brainwashed by the school system, etc., and their friends, things like that. Yeah. Okay. Difference I always found between my parents and some other parents, not all, but some other parents, is that you have to respect children. You have to respect them. They don't like I knew other parents that were just like, the kids should not be seen, they shouldn't
Yeah.
be heard. You're nothing until
Oh my
you
God,
grow
I
up,
must have
whatever.
heard that all
And
the
then
time.
they boot you out when you're
Children
18.
should
By the
be
way,
seen and not heard constantly.
So, well, I mean, I would hear that and some other things, but at the same time, it's like, if you like, I respect, I felt
Wait,
respected.
your parents said that to you?
Well, my dad used to say things like, if we're horsing around or whatever, the gym is down the street. The gym, and there was no gym. There was a park down the street that we assumed was the gym. We didn't know what the hell he was talking about. He just
Maybe
didn't
even
want us
George's
breaking
house.
stuff and things like that.
Maybe he was making
Well,
like
I
an
think it was
offensive
a metaphor for just,
racial
you know
slur
what,
towards
that
towards
sort of behavior is
Greeks.
best kept in the gymnasium, which is down the street.
Maybe that he was talking about George's house, and maybe the
That was up
gymnasium
the
is what
street.
he calls the Basnakis.
No, that was up the street.
Because your dad hates Greeks.
No,
I'm starting a rumor about Dr. Gear post
I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think.
He hated Greeks.
No, there had to have been something he didn't like.
My dad doesn't like Irish people.
No, my dad no, it was nothing
Go
like that.
figure.
I'm trying to think, like,
Or me. He doesn't like me or Irish people.
Irish people. So anyways, I think you got to respect your children at any age. Respect them for, and one of the big parenting things that I see a lot of people making mistakes is their kids get older and become like young adults and adults. They still want that sort of like master slave relationship, right? So
Master slave.
well,
Do you mean parent child?
well, parent child
you
is
wanna make
is not
slave.
what I'm going for, because parent
Here
child
on Marital Hate, we don't make slave references in the podcast. It's those racists, they've gotten to you, haven't they?
Look, I'm woke. I can talk about anything. I can talk about transgenderism. I can talk about slavery. I can talk about anyways, respect the kids. And if you've ever seen a 16-year-old kid at let's say a songwriting contest in Fort Myers, that is unbelievable. Or gone to a high school art exhibition, there is crazy talent.
But I think it's about, first of all, I don't think that we should have an economy where two parents need to work. I think that's just bonkers. I think we need more sense of community, and I think that kids should be, this idea, like, of course, like, people need basic life skills, which, by the way, most kids are graduating school without basic life skills. But if a kid has an interest in a given area, let them fucking go crazy in that specific area. Let them do it. Encourage it as much as humanly possible. Imagine I think your parents were somewhat encouraging. Actually, I don't think your discouragement came until after you were out of the house.
Well, it's entirely possible. I have something. Speaking of children,
I wasn't done.
Oh no, I thought.
Wasn't quite done with that.
All right, ring the bell then. Well, I have a child in support of a child video that I would like to share.
Well, can we get back to that?
Sure.
Well, never mind. I lost my train of thought anyway.
So I'm going to present this because I thought this was extraordinary, and I hope you agree. So this kid across the street, they were digging up, and so the kid ran across the street and brought his truck over.
You might want to click on it.
I don't know if there's audio. So the mom runs over to protect the kid from this backhoe. Backhoe guy says, "You know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick up a little dirt. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to put in the kid's put it safely in the kid's truck, and look how happy this kid is. He's jumping for joy.
That's awesome.
And then look at this. Vehicle operator guy comes over and he's like, "Here's your truck. And look at this. How you doing? See ya."
That's adorable.
So that was that. I thought that was we need more of that in the world. People encouraging.
Dave Ethier says his were super cool, and he means your parents.
Oh, my parents, not Dave. Dave's. How about your parents, Dave? I never had the pleasure. Well, Dave was a little bit of a rebel. He was over there at 3 Freeland Street hanging out.
Tracy says, Anne says, "What a cool story. Kudos to that guy." Yeah, I thought that was cool.
And Tracy said the handshake.
Oh, the handshake is awesome. Sorry, I missed that one.
The handshake is awesome. So yeah.
Yo, the drugs are kicking in.
Oh,
the drugs are kicking in. I got a couple stories tonight.
All right.
So, if you have been watching the podcast, you have perhaps noticed.
Speaking of slave labor, we've enlisted my son Wesley to put on some content.
Our Wesley is now our content wizard.
Oh, it's a wizard. Yeah.
Content wizard. We're working on Nolan's title still.
Warlock. He's a
Nolan's
warlock.
been doing those short clips for us. Wesley has been giving us news stories because in any case,
Tracy's parents wanted her to rebel all the time, and they still do. And one of them, but one of them's dead. Same as me.
sorry for the
Well,
dead
not same
ones.
as me. They're both dead. They give me no direction whatsoever.
Okay, so
For 30 years.
apparently singing
30
or
years.
playing music throughout your life is linked to better brain health while you age.
Just look at me.
And I don't know if this is the one that I interpreted. I don't think it is. It's not. But I will tell you that it was there was some evidence that it just increases your brain health well into your golden years, and it's important that you continue to do so. So I like to sing, as you guys have probably heard on the podcast, quite badly. So I'm going to keep doing that from my brain. And I'm taking my turkey tail mushrooms, which, by the way, the doctor yesterday puts me on the turkey tail mushroom, says, take one, see how you do. And then gradually up it. Yeah. I'm up to like 6 a day now since yesterday.
So Dave says Freeland Street, Rebel Land. It really was. It was an outpost. How rude my parents are dead. And Dave says his parents were conservative Democrats. We could use fine people like that here today.
I don't even know what to say about you people. What am I looking at?
Because it's a conundrum.
Okay, I don't even know how to even start this story because it's weird.
Well, it is weird, and this is a weird podcast, so it'll fit right in.
So there's this lady.
This lady is showing how they...
Just ignore the ads on the right. Don't buy fucking Xfinity. It's fucking stupid. They have shitty service.
You're wondering how we got kicked off of Xfinity.
It's just not good. It's just not good. But anyway, what had happened was... bronze jewelry is discovered in a Polish lake, and it reveals an ancient Celtic water burial ritual. Apparently, these archaeologists found a hoard of artifacts, including necklaces, bracelets, a ring dating back to over 2,000 years. The jewelry likely belonged to a wealthy woman who is also part of the ancient Celtic community. The discovery suggests the existence of unique burial practices against the Celtic people involving offerings to water deities or spirits. This find sheds light on the rich cultural and religious traditions of the Celtic societies.
Basically what they did is they wanted to off these people, so they loaded them up with copper and brass jewelry and threw them in the lake.
Well, it would weight them down a little bit, right?
And then they sank, kind of like the East River, Jimmy Hoffa.
I gotta tell
Cement
you,
boots.
The first thing I thought of was Return of the Living Dead Part 2. Or is that just the first one? They're grave robbers, and it's the first, Return of the Living Dead Part 2.
So if you sink somebody with all their jewels and things, nobody's getting them.
Return of the Living Dead. I think it was just Return of the Living Dead. They're grave robbers, and they're going into the cemetery to steal rings off people's fingers and whatnot.
I like that little hand signal.
No, they were stealing rings, and they God, I can't. If it's 2, it might be 3. I don't know. There's a lot of Return of the Living Dead movies. In any case, they're grave robbers, and they steal the jewelry from the dead people and sell it. By the way, beautiful antique jewelry. And not that I'm going to rob it off the dead bodies, but seriously,
they're not using it anymore.
So anyway, that's what it made me think of. Grave robbers.
Mark has a comment. Do you know what one mushroom said to the other?
No.
I know what it is.
What did one mushroom say?
You're a fun guy.
Ah.
So anyways, if you want a nice burial, we'll take you out to a lake, sink you. You're a real fun guy. That's right. That's right, baby.
Y'all are silly.
Hey, Mark, why'd the monkey fall out of the tree?
He had no arms.
No, he was dead.
Okay, I'm going to share yet another screen.
Right. We're going to bring it up.
Less weather. Unless it's particularly exciting weather. This was not exciting weather at all. I'm going to tell you exactly why it wasn't exciting weather.
Because nothing happened.
No like exciting little storms. No, there was it was the cloudiest January on record with only 22% of possible sunshine occurred as opposed to the usual 45%. So the lack of sunlight has affected people's moods, exacerbating SAD, seasonal affective disorder. Experts attribute the persistent cloud cover to stubborn high pressure system and climate change, which may lead to more frequent and prolonged cloudy weather in the region. Could you imagine if I was in New England this
No,
month? I would have been,
22% of the possible sunshine.
but
and
never
at
mind the
best, you get
sunshine,
less
the
than
fucking
half.
the
Yeah.
high pressure
That's
system.
no. It's
Oh
not
my
good.
God, I
No.
would blow my fucking
Can't do
brains out. So I'm glad that I'm not there right now. I'm sorry for the people that are. If you are suffering from SAD or any other sleep disorders, if you have trouble,
Right into the show, we have a guest room. We'll look at your application,
and maybe you can stay with us,
and
but
maybe.
that's not where I was going with this. If you have seasonal depression or difficulty sleeping or difficulty staying awake, I happen to have narcolepsy, so I know about these things, and another chronic illness with all of that stuff. You get a light box. You can get them relatively inexpensively, $20, $30. You just want to make sure on Amazon, or a better retailer that doesn't like pay for that idiot's private jet. Anyway, you get yourself some
a little UV
light, but it needs to be 10,000 lumens or more.
Lumens.
Yep. I have the Philips Go light.
The many lumen.
It's also you can use it as an alarm clock.
It just blasts you right in the face, gives you a sunburn. That's
really
a fine how to do.
that.
And after the dad jokes, Stacy is now drier than a desert.
That is true.
It's
true.
Soup magnate.
I gotta be honest with you though, he was a jerk last week, and I've kind of been like feeling deserty since.
Billionaire.
We're working on it. Hopefully by Valentine's Day.
Today.
Or like Arbor Day.
Well, Groundhog Day is tomorrow.
Definitely not happening.
Groundhog.
Still annoyed with you.
You don't want to have sex with a groundhog? You probably do, you freak. Furry freak.
Really? You're doing such a good job of digging yourself out of that hole there, Doug.
Well, you're always talking about how you want to have sex with a dolphin.
Yeah, a dolphin, not
and
a
a gorilla.
I'm not a fucking freak. I'm not going to have sex with a goddamn beaver.
It's not a beaver. It's a groundhog. It's a big difference. I don't think the groundhog.
What's the difference between her? My dad shoots groundhogs, not beavers.
Yeah, I think a groundhog and a woodchuck might be the same thing. I'm not sure.
Yes.
Because it was dead, Mark. See, that's good. Mark, you're on. Yeah.
Here's another story. Again, this one I'm not sure that our generation is our viewership. You'll have to ask me. Does anybody in our viewership watch The Wizards of Waverly Place?
It's a good
I think
show.
we all might be a little old for that one, but they are doing a reboot apparently, and Selena Gomez will be having an occasional role, and her whole family is back.
The dad on that show was Dom DeLuise's son.
I have never watched that show.
There was one episode that's still cracking me up. But anyway, I've
never watched it.
Some good humor.
Never ever watched it.
So.
But I'm old.
Tracy loved that show because she's young.
Look at that. Now you know. Well, there's a reboot. Something to look forward to.
I thought iCarly was a good show, but then I find out that the guy that directed it was on Head of the Class, was a creeper, and the one of the girls on the show quit acting because her mom was terrible, and she wrote a book about I'm glad my mom died or something like that. It's actually a very interesting kind of story, and I'm so proud of that girl for just going. I forget her name off the top of my head. But yeah, she had a stage mom that forced her into this thing. She said she couldn't stand doing the show. She couldn't, and like the guy was a creeper and all this stuff. It was just, but she's gone on. She's writing more books, doing podcasts and stuff like that. She's doing fairly well for herself for actually giving up a business, giving up, acting and stuff. And she actually put on an album, stuff like that, but it was all forced on her. It wasn't something that she wanted to do. So good for her.
I didn't know that we were.
Jeanette McCurdy is her name.
I didn't know we were going on that.
I'm sorry, I just went off on a tangent.
Yeah. I'm not complaining, but
we went to Wizards of Waverly Place,
but,
so that's.
But so here's the thing, I didn't know that tangent was coming.
I didn't either.
Usually, I know when a tangent's coming. When a tangent's going. Like we're both like, oh, here we go, because we know it's gonna get each other going, right? We get each other all riled up. Nice, get us all riled up. You know how to do it. Some of you more than others, but some of you, geez, you're coming in hot.
Somebody coming in with a riling.
And it's funny because like our regulars, like the master haters, the Ants, the Tracys, like they always have like valuable insight to have in the conversation, but it's always like some crazy person, because we know them so well, right? There's always some crazy person that comes in from far out of left field and just really shakes things up for us. So if you're new and you haven't commented before, say something, because whatever you say, we're all going to find it to be hilarious.
It'll put us on some other
So
tangent.
in any case, before you got going on your tirade about creeper. No, it's fine. It's about, but I pulled up my next article on the
Oh.
screen. You're talking about creepers and
Oh,
some
and you
poor
pulled up something
child,
else.
and it's the list of baby.
Oh, let's bring
That's on
those
the
up.
screen the whole time. I'm like,
Creeper
So I'm
for
trying to
boys'
talk
names.
about the baby names. So these are, I guess, what you should not name your children now,
Yeah, well,
because there's going to be
yeah.
a batch of them.
Well, you've got Olivia and Noah. Those have been famous for a long time. I mean, you could Amelia and Liam. Those have been. I mean, Amelia's probably new. Liam's
I'm
been
over
around
Liam.
forever.
Emma's, yeah, no, that's been since
Oliver.
fucking Friends.
No,
Oliver,
you're not naming your kid Oliver.
Oliver's
He's gonna
getting
get pummeled.
he's gonna get his ass kicked.
Yeah, Elijah.
Elijah,
Charlotte's a beautiful name.
Isabella, Lucas.
Lucas. My name is Lucas.
Ezra's a cool last name. I love
Ezra.
the name Ezra.
Well, then somebody's always going to be better than
Sophia,
you.
we have a
because it's
Sophia,
better than
but there's a
Ezra.
shitload of Sophias.
Ava.
Mateo,
Yeah.
Ava, a lot
Aurora.
of Aurora. I like Levi.
Oh, my friend
I've seen a lot
Seth's
of
son is
Levi's.
Levi. Yeah.
But I don't know. I like a lot of these names.
Luna. Is that Arthur or Asher?
Before you name your children, just watch.
Yeah, call us because we'll tell you if it's good.
No, but watch Freakonomics. There's been a lot of studies shown about what people are able to accomplish in their lives because of their name. You don't see a lot of Megan CEOs, unfortunately.
Mahomes. That'll be a new name.
Oh, maybe there is.
There was
Actually, Megan's probably a safe name for a CEO.
Yeah,
But
probably,
but
yeah.
like they've like studied it. Like
anything that ends in a
it's
Y or an
harder
I
for
sound
you
is
in
probably
life
not
if you
good.
have a
Like
different name.
Stacey.
I hate my fucking name. It is what it is.
Well,
It's
like
the one I got.
anything that like sounds like a little kid is probably bad to stay
And
away
I
from.
like
There's
some
got to
of
be
these-
like I have Doug and Douglas.
I think
There's
Leo,
two
like
ways to-
Leo's a great name. There's too many fucking Masons. Sorry to the Masons out there.
Aria's a good name. See, the girls' names are good. Boys' names are
I
tough.
like Isaiah. I think Isaiah is a great name.
It's very biblical.
I like too many Aidens.
I
There's
just
a
came in.
bajillion Aidens, a bajillion
Yeah,
Carters.
some of you kids are gonna
Samuel,
have to change your name.
I like Samuel.
I would name my
Theodore.
kids Sam
many-
Cook Gear.
Too many Graysons, too many Hudsons. There's a bajillion of them.
Wyatt, like from Weird Science.
Maverick. Oh my God, how many Mavericks do we know?
I don't
There's
know
so
any
many of them.
Mavericks.
Yeah, we do. We've met like 4 or 5 people since we've been down here, and their kid's name is Maverick, and you're like,
Oh.
and their names are like they're Archer, Maverick, Atlas, Max. Actually, Mick's kids Max. It's just what it's
Buck,
just what
Buck,
people are naming
McFate.
their kids now, and they're great names. It's just when
Yeah.
when you're the first person that comes up with it, it's cool.
Mm.
But when there's your
Yeah,
kid's
yeah.
like one of 9 Wyatt's. Wyatt's another one that's picked up a lot.
Yeah,
lately.
Wyatt's not a bad name. It's any of those like
You just feel bad.
Wild
like, I
West
want
names like
kids-
Wyatt.
It's such a hard thing to do.
Yeah, it's
because you
very
want
hard.
your kid to have a name that they're gonna like, but you want it to be special because your child is special to you. But you want the child to be able to like be the the mayor of the world if they want to.
Although Muhammad was on that list, and I think
Muhammad
if
should be
you're
on every
but
list.
if you're on
It's the most
you're an
common name
Irish
in the
if
world.
you're an Irish family, you name your kid Muhammad McSullivan. That's pretty good.
Or terrible
And,
and makes the kid's life hell.
Tracy says if she had twin girls, one was going to be Jocelyn Rose, and the other one Gabrielle Lauren, like Sophia Loren,
You know, it's funny.
and my uncle Lauren.
My twins are Victoria Catherine and Veronica Kimberly, and I wanted to give them options. I figured, well, they could go by whatever.
Yeah.
Tori.
Yeah, you gotta have some
It's always
options.
been the case.
Yeah.
And my dad called them Victoronica because he couldn't
Yeah,
remember
yeah, I
which
don't know.
one was which. But I wanted them to have options. But what they got pissed at me about is their initials were the same. So it was VKH, VKH.
Yeah,
and-
yeah.
yeah.
So they're even more the same than God made them. Twin boys would have been Jacob Gabriel and Will Aubrey. Becky's dad was William, and my dad was Aubrey. I knew one of our teachers in junior high, Aubrey Bailey, Mr. Bailey, it was Aubrey. Never heard of it before then, and now I have.
All right. What else we have? Oh, Grammys are coming up
Grammys are coming.
Sunday. I guess it is.
Don't ask Eminem to go to the Grammys. He's
2024.
not going.
Grammys. I think he got a lifetime achievement from the Grammys.
No,
Oh,
he, like his whole thing is like they told him to go because he was nominated for a bunch of stuff, and it's like he figured out the game, and he was like they're gonna put who they want to put in and all this stuff.
I agree.
I watched
completely.
this tirade that he did on it, and
I
anyway.
I think that the the award shows are they're there to make money,
Mm.
and it's a it's a club, and I think but it's like Disney World. Like I fucking love Disney World. It's fake as shit.
yeah, it's fake.
It's so fake, but I still love it.
Mm.
So like the Grammys, like I like to watch the red carpet. I like to watch.
Oh,
when
and sometimes there's great performances.
sometimes there's great performances. Sometimes they're terrible. But I gotta tell you, I don't know who any of the people are anymore. I know a couple
Yeah,
of them are.
a lot of them we don't know.
But like I like to watch the fashion. I like to see like people be happy. That makes me happy. But I'm so out of touch. I learn stuff occasionally, but I used to let Noel teach me a new song every day.
Yeah, no, I was actually thinking that not too long ago.
So there's record of the year. And you know, by the way, there's already too many fucking categories, and there should be no categories all at the same time. Like, why do we have to categorize everything? So now they've gone and they've created best African song, or best African music performance, and then best alternative jazz album and best pop dance recording. Well, first of all, when we start doing things by like African performance, then where's the Irish performance and the Scottish performance and the every kind of thing performance,
Icelandic performance?
How about it's just like, this is great music?
Well, that was the beauty of back in the day when we had AM and FM radio back to like 60s and 70s. It was all lumped in together. So you would have like Kenny Rogers number 1, number 2 would be the Ohio Players or something like that, and it would be so. And then you'd have like a novelty song, and then you'd have John Denver or whatever. It was all mixed in, and I was very hopeful when, like, well, actually, music changed a little bit when the iPod came out. That like you would listen to songs versus artists, right? So, and that's kind of the way it was back then, and that's how you'd get turned on and stuff. And I think a lot of influence with TikTok and things like that, people pick up songs that you like. So,
and a lot of songs will get picked up because if you get into a popular television show,
yeah, for sure,
you're on a rocket ship.
So you have or
even a TikTok.
That's a bit like, if you can have your own country and western or whatever. I want to see these people together. I want to see everybody enjoying everybody else's music all at the same time. And I think the one thing about the Grammys I like is like it sort of rewards dreams, it rewards talent for the most part.
But does it?
I don't know if it does or
do you
or
mean,
not.
Like, do you think that the industry, like a musician being recognized? Well, let me ask you this: as a musician, why do you make music?
Because I have to.
Okay.
Like I have to do it.
Yeah, because your wife will kill you if you don't.
No, but it's like, why do you make you have music? Because you have something to say. You have music because you have this need to create. You make music to share with people in the world or whatever. And music is just good.
Okay, so, but what are the benefits of doing it for you?
What do you mean, the benefits of doing it for me?
Yeah. Like,
well, I mean, playing an instrument is a complete stress reduction because you're taken out of your day-to-day thing and you're in that moment. But you like it's kind of like, it's weird because writing songs is a complete different thing. You don't know when something's going to hit you. You don't know, like, it's not like I'm going to sit down and write a song. You can't do, like, it's not how it does. But McCartney said it. Paul Simon said it.
That's not really what I'm asking, though. It's not that I don't want to hear this,
but I don't.
I think we're getting off into the weeds. My question is, like, do you like performing music or do you like playing for yourself? Who do you play for?
Both, actually. I love to perform. I think it's what I was born to do. I think, but yeah, I probably play more and write more. I write more for myself. I don't write for other people.
Okay, so, but when you like, if you have a choice to sit and play for yourself or play for an audience, what are you gonna choose?
I'd probably play for an audience because it is usually super fun.
Because you like the attention.
But you also have to rehearse, and so you can't really separate. You can't just go out there.
Well, yeah, but there's playing for yourself and then there's practicing. Like there's like, those are two very different things. Because playing for yourself is just for fun.
And we've talked about like, I don't
just something that you're exploring for yourself. It's not.
Well, you want to create something that's innately you and new and unique to from anything else.
But then there's the sharing it with the world, which I think is great. But when you share it with the world, this is the thing that I think is really interesting because I know you pretty well. And
you think you know me.
I know you incredibly well. You want people to like you. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but
I want to rock the motherfucking house. Is what I want to do.
But this is in every area of your life. You want people to like you. Right?
I would, yeah, because I like me.
But let me finish what I'm saying.
God damn it!
Like For me, I'm like, if people like me, like that's great. If
Mm.
they don't, okay,
Mm.
like they're not gonna. And I'm kind of used to it because I'm abrasive and I know that. And I don't mean to be awful. I just fucking am. You, on the other hand, you're super nice to people and you never want to upset anybody,
I don't want anybody
which makes
upset,
people
no.
like you way more than me. But then, like, turn around, you can't stand half the people that you're nice to. Like you'll be super fake.
I will be nice to people because I feel that's what people deserve, and
Yes.
that's what I want to put out to the world.
But behind their back, you'll be
Yeah.
like, I don't like that person.
Um,
Whereas with me, you know,
yeah, I think you know though. Like I remember someone
they
saying,
know
like,
because I tell them.
no, but if like
Even the people
yeah,
I like think
if
I don't like
it's
them half
really
the
a
time. You
lot
don't
of
think I
effort
like
for
you
me.
half the time.
No, it's a real hard effort. If I don't like somebody, it's hard for me to be like, eh.
But you do
Yeah.
it.
Mm.
And you need
Who
people...
don't I like now? Let's out me here.
Oh, I'm
Like,
not
I
going
don't
to
know.
out you. No, because it's half of my fucking friends. Sorry,
No,
guys.
I like most of your friends. Dave, don't I like him? Like Charlie, I like, you know.
Charlie drives you
Yeah,
insane.
no, he drives me crazy, but he drives everybody crazy. That's the beauty of
I
Charlie.
haven't heard from him in a while. I hope
He's the
okay.
Archduke. He hasn't come by in a while.
A
Anyway,
couple times I talked to him.
it's
I checked
yeah,
on
I
him.
think everybody's probably like that to a certain
But my
degree.
point is, okay, so when you're what?
Okay.
So my point is that
Knowing what I know about you, like
Yeah, yeah.
you want everybody to like your music. You want everybody to like
would
you
like
and
that.
everybody to like your music. But you're a judgy musician.
Yeah, and I yeah,
And
yeah,
you put this judgment on yourself
yeah.
that you would put it on other musicians,
Mhm.
which is complete bullshit. And maybe one or two of your musician friends would maybe put that same awful fucking opinion on you. The only one I can think of is your awful brother Steve. But for you, I lost all of my screens. But if you're you would put, you wouldn't put what are you doing?
Nothing. I
Okay.
just saw.
You wouldn't speak to someone negatively the way you speak to yourself. And the
Yeah,
only
probably
musician,
not.
there's maybe two musicians on the planet that would talk to you that way, and it's because they're assholes. And you and I both know you have a lot of friends, and we have a ton of people have sent us music that they've done this year. I mean, a ton, like at least 20 that we've heard new music from this year between Doug's groups and people that we know or whatever. And there's a lot of times where we're like, it's not really our thing, but it's his thing. And because it's
Yeah,
his
no,
thing,
I will always.
it's great, and we
I will always
respect it.
support other things.
And so, but I think that you have to stop putting that cruel vision on yourself in every aspect of your life because it's holding you back. And I would argue that we all do it to some extent. Doug's certainly not the only one, but I think we're so hard on ourselves that we limit ourselves. And I'm saying, like, can you do better? Find areas where you can make small improvements and stop beating yourself up about your shortcomings.
Dave says to
Nothing's ever
share
been
it.
solved.
Hopefully, he's saying share my music with the world. Hopefully,
I think that you shared enough.
I'll be mixing.
Yeah, so he's
I'm
got
mixing.
this album that's like almost done, and he's perfecting it.
I don't know what the hell I'm doing mixing and stuff.
I
But
don't know how much
I'm
more to
getting
nag
close.
him than I'm
getting very
already
close.
nagging him. It's not working. I'm getting basically told that I'm the biggest bitch on the planet by my husband and people around.
That. Well, I never said that. You are far from the biggest bitch on the planet. Far.
Things have been
from.
said by some of y'all, by some
Well,
of him.
don't signal out our viewers.
Oh no, some of them. But at the end of the day, Doug has to decide he's going to work on his music. It is a colossal waste for this man to not be churning out music every day because he's incredibly talented.
Yeah.
And I believe he could do that with his current schedule if he wanted to. But you're setting goals.
My current schedule.
And you're making progress
Yeah.
because he has been getting up, everybody, at 6:30 and doing the sauna and meditating. I'm very proud of him.
That's
Gold started up.
Thank you. And Dave says just talk to Reverend Joe about Freeland Street Common, and he loved it. Joe is such a great guy.
Not Joe Biggins?
Joe was our one-time performers manager. He had a cable access channel that had all the bands on. he was an integral part of the Warrentown scene, from having the TV show, and he had a fanzine called Fuzz Brains. Just great guy.
Were you on the show,
Actually,
and can we get
saw
a copy?
him a couple
I'm
years
sorry.
ago. But
Were you on that show? And can we get a video copy of it?
none of that stuff remains.
Why?
Because nobody had videotapes back then. Nobody had anything. So, but the cool thing about it was, we were on that show like summer-ish, fall of '79.
Yeah.
And then we kept, we got invited and all this stuff. And
David
and
said he
things
might.
he
David, I would
I
pay
don't- yeah.
big money for that. Like
So
all of my money that is $5.
the cool thing is, once we got going, we were established, we were in a band. Some friends of mine from my school put a band together. I'm like, yeah, I'll hook you up with, you can go on the show. And so they went on the show, and I was great friends with all of them. The cool thing is that they were like more of like the popular kids, and they were on the show. Well, guess who's singing away on the opening credits? And that was me. And everybody came to me like that and said, I didn't know you were in a band. I'm like, yeah, I'm in a band. Just tune in. And so it opened us up to a whole different audience of things. So anyways, it was
That's exciting.
But this is how it was. They broadcast in black and white. It was channel 13.
You're
I think we
so
probably had 13 channels. It was like the last one on the cable dial that was a box that sat on your thing with a dial
I
on
feel
it.
like we missed a bunch of comments.
We missed from here. We missed Tracy's dad's name, and then she loved people watching on the red carpet. Those are the
I'm
two
sorry.
missed.
Did we see this thing about how I will be glad when she dies?
Yeah, well, I
Sorry, not
kind of skipped
sorry.
over there because I don't want anybody to be glad for anybody dying.
Yeah, hug.
She probably
I
does.
would give you one if I could. I'm sorry.
You'd have to drive to
Wish her
Lumberjack,
peace, love,
Georgia.
and happiness.
I'm gonna come up with a new name for that town every night.
What do you call it? Lesbian.
Yesterday was Lumberyard, and then tonight was Lumberjack.
I can't even. Twin boys would have been Jacob, Gabriel, and Will Aubrey. Becky's dad was William, and my dad was Aubrey. Oh, and my dad was Aubrey Leroy Bolin Jr.
Is it bowling or balling?
Could go either way. Good people
'Cause he'd be
watching on
ballin'.
the red carpet. I do enjoy fashion. I used to love to watch Fashion Police with my grandmother. We would watch, or the red carpet with my grandmother was our favorite.
Oh,
thing.
Fashion Police was funny back in the
My
day.
grandma-
with
whenever
Joan
there was a red
Rivers. That's
carpet.
very funny.
Whenever there was a red carpet, my grandmother and I would call each other.
Oh,
and go over the
nice,
red carpet.
nice.
I wanted to be a fashion designer when I was little, but it was discouraged, like everything else.
Yeah.
I just talked to Reverend Joe about Freeland. We already talked about that. He might leave Jack, and then Trace says Bolin.
Bowling. That's what I thought, but the way it's spelled,
What kind of bowling do you like best?
I like all bowling. I like probably big balls the best, but because that's what I'm a New England guy.
Little.
There's only one bowling in the whole rest of the country except for New England, and then there's Candlepin and Duckpin, and there's like 3 Duckpin in the planet now. So
I really like Kindle is the small ball,
yeah,
but not the roundy things. The other ones, the
they're not
straight
the
ones.
roundy things. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's Candlepin
I like Kindle.
because they're shaped like a candle. Invented in Worcester, Massachusetts.
We have bowling pins in the other room.
We do. We have one of each.
We had 10, but we just kept 2.
Yeah. We had. Oh yeah. We bought them from someone that used them as wedding decorations because
I want to join a bowling league.
You have pots, which is probably the absolute worst thing that you could do with pots is bowling, because you're up, you're down, you're up, you're down, you're up and down. Or maybe it would help you. Are you looking for the see-through gecko again?
No, I haven't seen him lately.
I haven't seen him. It's kind of cold out here for geckos.
We should probably just like leave the house open so you can come inside. No, I was just
If you're
thinking
cold, they're
about bowling and joining a bowling team and wanting to do things
Yeah.
and wanting to get healthy, and that this doctor feels really good about me getting better. And so I'm already taking, I just took 2 or 3 turkey. I think I took 3 turkey tail mushrooms.
Turkey tail mushrooms.
So I don't know how many is the most you can take.
Probably
I
the
would
whole
like to find that
bottle,
out.
and you would just probably get nauseous or something.
I would
but-
turn into a turkey. I would grow feathers and cluck.
Turkey tail mushrooms are the ones that grow off of a stump that kind of fan out like that, and they look like a turkey tail.
The lesbian contingent is chimed in.
That's right. She
I
likes
like the big balls.
Yeah. Oh, imagine if we all lived in
Oh, we all
Massachusetts.
live
We
near-
could have gone on Thursday nights and paid like a 1 fee and bowled. One time we pulled like 11 strings. Me and Zach. One time my arm fell
We
off.
do we bring like a
Oh, it would've
potluck.
been so
Everybody
good.
picks
It
up
would've
like
been
a
so
bag
good.
of fucking dry ass.
That would go
nuts.
to
Big boob size
Home
in
Depot, Georgia,
particular.
to do it.
Dude, I saw this house
Ooh,
yesterday.
when they come down to visit, there's bowling alleys here.
There is. We haven't been bowling in so long.
No.
I just want to get healthy enough to do stuff, but I want to show this that I saw. Oh, so you guys may have seen there was a bike that I had shared on our wall yesterday.
Mr. Rosen.
And
Did you see Zach was here?
oh, I did not see
Zach
that.
was here. He says Rosen.
Oh,
Rosin, I think he meant to say, because we have the rosin bag. We
Yeah.
had the rosin bag. We made such a mess with that. and
Doug
yeah, it
tried
was
to use
awesome.
his rosin bag.
I
to
did.
Put powder in his shoes yesterday.
I
I'm
did,
like, just use the
because
powder.
my shoes on the bottom were squeaking because I have an insole in there, and I'm using like the
The
professional
hookah
rosin.
people said if your shoes are squeaky, put powder in them.
Athletic rosin is what it is.
But I wanted to show that house that I had shown Zach. I don't know what he's doing. Isn't he supposed to be teaching or something?
You know what? I don't know
Using
what that
powder?
guy's up to. Although I did send him something funny today.
I'm trying to find that house that I sent you guys this morning. Fuckers. Here it is. I am obsessed with this. Are you sharing?
I'm not sharing. You share.
So yesterday, like sometimes there'll be like in your Facebook feed, there'll be like a house and it's like an article about the house or whatever. This house, I'm obsessed. So it's just like this big old house. It's only so it's $299. First of all, it's on almost 2 acres. It's only 1,400 square feet, but it's 2 bathrooms. And believe it or not, you wouldn't know it by looking at the outside.
Windmill.
But it's been updated.
Free windmill.
There's a windmill. There's look at this. There's a little well. I think there's 2 outbuildings and a pole barn. So there's this outbuilding and that outbuilding, and there's a full bathroom in one of them. Plus there's the pole barn. And then there's this porch down here. And then upstairs, there's another porch, which you could screen in.
That's not so bad.
And look, the kitchen's been updated. It's very simple and very small. No dishwasher, but it's there. It's serviceable until you were ready to like put a new kitchen in or whatever. It's got beautiful hardwoods. And it's got some really nice details. I mean, maybe this bathroom could use redoing and maybe some updating. Like you could just paint that paneling.
I don't know. It's not.
In any case,
not
but
so bad.
but it's on this lake, and it's got like something like 206 feet of frontage, and it's like a 76-acre lake.
Where is this exactly?
It's in Plant City. Like honestly,
Plant City is up north, right?
If we were
like
in a
north
position to buy right now, I would do everything I could to buy this place.
That's nice. How much was it?
It's only $299.
Are you sitting?
And it's not. There's no pool, but it's on a lake.
I'm not going on a lake in Florida.
Why not?
Because there's alligators in the lake in Georgia, and water moccasins, and everything else.
Yeah, but they're not interested in you.
Well, no, but they could be.
Look, there's a fenced-in area for your like chickens.
For your.
Because I want chickens, and then there's like this.
Is it
beautiful
gator-proof?
lake. Yeah, you have a dock. You could fish off that dock. You go kayaking there, canoeing. You get like a little outboard motor. You go fly fishing. It's 1.58 acres. That would be so cool. And then we could just slowly buy all the houses. Cool
place.
We just slowly buy all the houses around it. And we have a hippie commune.
It is.
Who's down? Let's do it.
Commune.
Does anybody have 300 grand that we can have, please? And thank you. Because we have to live out our lease, and we would have to get a mortgage.
And we'd have to.
If you want to just buy that for us, that would be great. Like if you appreciate the podcast, like just buy us that. Yeah. Just like do it. Like, I really like the podcast. How cool would that be?
That's a cool place, though.
Would you like if just like one day we're on the podcast and like all of a sudden somebody knocks at the door and they're like,
"Here's your giant ceremonial check."
Do not open till the podcast. And we do the podcast. And we open it, and they're like, "We saw that you really like that house, and we know you will have people come stay with you and be nice to them, and also you will be friends to the animals and the gators, and so we got you this house." And we would just cry. How bad would you cry? Would you just have a heart attack?
My thing is that I want to earn everything I get, right? Like so, so that would be hard for me to kind of like say, okay.
I'm definitely not saying that the podcast viewers should buy us a house. However, I will say this: we put our heart and soul into the podcast. So if some one of the haters wins like $1 billion and
Yeah.
they like buy us that house because they've appreciated the podcast and it's made them feel less lonely in life, I would be down with that. And I would feel like I'd earned it because we've given our fucking heart and soul. But if somebody who doesn't like have enough money for themselves, like I wouldn't
Yeah.
want anything from them.
Well, yeah, you're right. I mean, yeah. So Ann says Candlepin or Big Ball. Well, we've already established that she likes Candlepin. I like Big Ball. And
I also like duck pin. I think
duck
it
pin
might-
is
I
hard.
think it goes candle pin, duck pin, big ball for me because the big balls
I've
are
only
hard for
done
me.
duck pin once. It was super fun, but also it's hard because those things don't want to go down. Anyways, bowling was how I spent a lot of my birthdays, as it was warm indoors. I grew up in Mass. In January it was cold, and I like that. Yeah, everybody had a bowling party at some point. I was November baby, so same thing.
I didn't get Tracy a birthday present. I feel like an asshole. Sorry, Trace.
She has enough stuff. That house is some kind of beautiful, and we definitely need to win the lottery.
Dude, how many people would we help if we win? We would certainly fucking help the
yeah.
master haters.
I think we would spend most of our time trying to figure out how to help people.
Well, and some of the time trying to figure out what kind of soup to have. We have to. I feel like because we're gonna have a personal chef, right? And we can have any kind of soup we want. Think about that.
It would be good.
We can have any soup we wanted if we had a
Any
personal chef.
soup? I'm not the biggest soup fan. I'm a big chili fan.
I know, but do you think it's particularly like
Lovey, what kind of soup should we have today? I'm feeling bisky.
I feel like
Are you feeling frisky? No, I
Okay,
said
hear me
bisky.
out. Hear me out.
But
Hear-
maybe check me later
Hear
after
me out.
I've had my squash.
Hear me out.
bisque.
Hear me out.
Oh.
Hear me out. Hear me out. Okay, because I saw this on
The drugs are kicking in, I have a feeling.
yeah, no, for sure. But I saw this on like Facebook or one of those today, and it was Facebook, and it was a business in Ohio promoting themselves, and they were doing a soup flight. So you got
Oh.
like a thing of chili.
Nice.
One was a chili, one was a beer cheese soup, and the other one was baked potato soup.
Nice. Those are all good options.
And I was like, damn, that looks good. Shit, it's in Ohio. I don't live in Ohio. And then I'm thinking about having a chef and having soup. So I want to this is what I want is the chef should have the weekends off, right? The chef should have the weekends off. So what he does is he makes a lot of soup.
How does it he? How do you know it's not some hot chick that comes in?
I want a gay dude.
Gay dude touching
yeah,
your
like
food.
a hot gay guy.
Gay people. You don't want gay
I want
people
like a-
touching your food because you might catch it.
Gayness?
Gay. That's how they get you.
I've been touched in more
Oh,
intimate
yeah.
ways than that from gay people and still not gay. So I don't think that you're
Yeah,
right.
you're gay adjacent.
Show me a link. Okay, so what were we talking about?
Being gay adjacent.
If
And
you
soup.
want to buy us a house,
No. The chef.
wouldn't
I think.
complain?
I don't know. I'll.
oh, we have a
you know,
chef. No, so here's what we do: we have
Yeah.
a chef, and on the weekend, what they do is there's a shitload of soup.
Yeah.
And we can have any kind of soup we want. They have
So weekends are for
soup-
soup.
they have made us an entire soup assortment
Okay.
for the weekend, and we don't know what it is, and we're just eating soup.
You know what I want? If we're gonna do that, we're gonna have the kitchen, and it's gonna be set up like the deli area at Stop and Shop that have like the 6 soup tureens, and there's gonna be like a little stand-up triangle thing that says the name of the.
No, I don't want
the
that. I
soup.
don't want to know the name of the soup. I want it to
Oh,
be like
really?
you're gonna eat this fucking soup because they can use things to. So here's the thing, right? If you're a chef,
Yes.
or if you've watched that show Cutthroat Kitchen or
Yeah,
any one of
yeah,
those
or
shows,
Chopped.
those shows where they give you
Chopped.
fucked up shit and you have to turn it into something
Budget
less fucked up
chef.
or whatever. We love that struggle meal show.
Struggle meals.
We love that. The guy's a little he's a little off, but the show's really good.
Food King.
He grows on you. Does he
Yeah.
grow on you?
No. And
The
yeah.
next level chef thing, I don't understand.
level
I gotta try
chef.
it again, but I don't understand
Chefs in
it.
bondage.
Oh.
Chefs naked and
I would
cooking.
like to have a chef in bondage. Yes, please. If you have any interest in being a chef in bondage where you're forced,
cooking in
cook for
prison,
me.
cooking out of prison, cooking after lockup.
I sign up for that. Some dude that all he wants is to have like some bossy bitch tell him to cook food. Basically your life. Except he makes like fancy food.
And you enjoy it.
I enjoy
You don't.
I
You
enjoy
don't.
your
Yeah,
food.
but you don't enjoy bossing me around. You feel like you have
No,
to.
I hate it. But if a guy was like, do it, like, and oh my God, like a guy was like turned on by me telling him what to do and he liked to cook. And I could be like, Make
Could be
me
the perfect
brownies.
husband if
Make
you think
me
about it.
gluten-free paleo brownies right now and take all the
Bitch.
calories out. And then I would, and he could
And-
be.
yeah.
So here's the thing. He could be
And
like,
then send it back when it's cold.
but how is he making money?
I don't know how.
Oh, he has an OnlyFans. We
I
have
don't
an
know how he's
OnlyFans.
making food if he's in
We
bondage.
have an OnlyFans where I just tell him to cook me food, and that's how we're millionaires. And if
good
you
work if you
want
can
to
get it.
do this, be my OnlyFans chef. I will drop dog like a bad habit. You can be my OnlyFans chef. We'll be on OnlyFans. I'll sit there in like a robe or something. I'll have like a titty pop out every now and again. It'll be fine. I don't care. It doesn't have to be dirty. We're not gonna fuck. I mean, I don't know. Maybe if Doug's been gone long enough and like I don't know, this rash clears up, like maybe. But here's my
Hit
point.
me up, ladies.
Here's my point. Here's my point.
But only the good-looking ladies.
Here's my point. Here's my point.
Ooh.
If you would like to be yelled at and cook me food, hit me up.
So Ann says candle lit, which is candle pin, is harder than 10 pin. It surely is. It's hard to get over 100 in candle pin. Tracy says you love me and include me, and no physical gift is better than that. But you did give me your old
Aw.
laptop. That's good.
Oh, I did give you a laptop.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah, so shut the hell up.
I gave her a
Greedy-
computer. Oh, what a
greedy
shitty
gay.
friend.
And then she says no soup for
I'm
you.
such a shitty friend. I only gave her a laptop.
Ah,
I
nothing.
forget that.
And then she says gay adjacent is hilarious.
I could have gotten a couple $100 for the laptop, but I was really psyched to give it to Tracy.
Yeah,
made me happy.
she's $200 worth of friend.
She's $2
That's all she gets.
billion
We're shutting you
worth
off.
of friend. Do you know that we're supposedly on our way to our first trillionaire because of like the way the money is going? Like, you know, people like you and I are like, hey, how are we gonna pay our bills? Muck Sticky is coming to Nashville, and I want to go so bad. It's on April 20th, but of course, we don't know if I'm ever gonna feel good. And it's a 13-hour drive both ways. I guess we could fly
26 hours
there.
of driving.
We could fly there.
Mm.
I do enjoy a road trip though. I enjoy a road trip. And here's the thing. If we went for a road trip, I'd want to get that little 2-seater again. But where are you going to put a cooler?
You're not.
You're not putting a cooler.
You ain't.
Doug would have to have like little snacks in his pockets to fit.
I would
in
have
the
to
car.
wear like one of those fishing vests with all the like different pockets. Would you like almonds?
Don't wear that through fucking airport security. I'll tell you that.
The
much.
dogs will get
I
you.
know somebody who it was right after 9/11 in New York, and he was flying with a member of somebody who was like an ex-wife to somebody in the Saudi royal family. So to be fair, he kind of set up a flag, and he goes through security and had baling wire in his
Baling
camera
wire.
vest for whatever fucking reason, and he got smart with security, and they held him for 30
Shouldn't have gotten
days
smart.
under the Patriot Act.
Rule number 1:
30 days.
don't be smart.
No phone calls. Y'all want to look at the Patriot Act?
This
Snowden, watch it. Snowden. We should have a Snowden
I
watch
got bigger
party.
problems than somebody watching me
Do you want to
not-
have a Snowden watch
or not
party?
allowing me to go on a flight with baling wire, which I believe was.
I don't believe in public transportation. I think it's bullshit. I don't ever want to go on public transportation again.
I don't think a plane is public because you have to pay to get on
There's
it.
other people there. It's public. It's like a bus is
It's
public.
not free.
You go with a bunch of other people.
Well, if you
That's public
sneak on the bus, it's
transportation.
free.
All right.
You hop the
It's still
turnstile. it's
public
free. No, I
transportation.
get what you're saying.
I don't enjoy
So
it.
you don't like it?
No.
No.
And I find an airplane to be the lowest form of public transportation.
I
to be
learned
quite
something
frank
about an
with you.
airplane today. I learned something very interesting about an airplane.
I would rather ride in a group porta potty than go on another airplane. But go ahead, what?
That airplanes have not gotten any faster since the 60s. And I was like, hey,
They
you
had
know
that
that
Concorde for a little while.
remember the meme of
They had the Concorde for a
Leonardo
while.
DiCaprio? He's like, yeah, like that. That's where I felt like, hey, that's right. It has so apparently there's a good reason for it.
What was that from?
I think it was from the Hollywood story there with Sharon Tate and I forget. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I've never seen it.
I've
never seen it.
I watched it one day. Like maybe we were at like ayahuasca camp or something. I watched it. It was
I might have
it was
fallen
actually
asleep.
pretty good.
I
And
like to fall asleep.
it. But the part of the movie that was neat is that he lived next door to the Sharon Tate in during the time of the murders, and it's kind of interesting. from that standpoint. Anyways, the plane can't get any faster because it starts the way the air goes over the wing, it would cause so much turbulence, it would actually slow the plane down. But to overcome that, they have to do all these other things that cost a lot of money. So basically, it's going to take you how many hours. It's going to take you how many hours. It's not getting better anytime soon, apparently. Unless they reinvent air, which they might.
I got distracted by a shiny object, and also because I'm on drugs. So I don't know what we've talked about, but we haven't. But I wanted to share this one thing, and I'm sorry if it's a terrible segue. I'm sorry. Were you finished?
I was. I'm done now. Yeah. No,
That's
I
not
thought it
what
was
I
an
wanted to
interesting.
That's not what I wanted
thing.
to share. I wanted to. This is the one I wanted to share. BBC. Douglas, you're supposed to supervise me. You can't just be looking down. You have to make faces at them or something. So, apparently, the Queen of Pop,
Madonna.
Madonna,
Yes.
has been sued.
Sued.
Sueth.
Legal.
She's being sued.
Adjudication is.
So it's actually, I thought it was people in Boston that were suing because she started
No,
an hour late. It's
yeah,
New
yeah.
York.
New York. They
2
started
hours
like
late.
yeah, it was
I
like
hope
12.
that they fucking sue the pants off of her, and I think everybody at their fucking concert should get like half their money back. Like people have fucking lives. They have responsibilities.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
rented cars. They have babysitters.
It's one thing if she
Just
like had
fucking
some
awful.
emergency and couldn't get there, and she was making it up by adding it, doing a full length concert.
Or
Or
apologized.
if she started on time and played 2 extra hours,
Or
no problem.
apologized.
Or came out and said, "Yeah, I'm kind of a diva," and there you go.
She has a reputation for doing this, and I have just fucking had it with Madonna. I've just done, and I never thought. I looked up to her my entire childhood. Yeah. She was my idol, and now I just think that she's so awful.
Well, you know what I think of her behavior?
What's that?
I'll show you.
You're gonna make the Jägermeister guy again.
Why did you ruin my thing?
Well, it's either that or playing the Madonna dancing video.
I can't get enough of that. It's so funny.
Gay adjacent.
Gay
That's
adjacent.
Hilarious.
That's when
Oh
you're
my God.
adjacent to being gay.
Did you see that? Oh, it's not this one.
What is that?
I'll show you in a second. Hang on. This is something that came up today. Oh my God, it's 9:17. So as you're aware, I have been posting stuff on our Marital Hate Facebook page, on our social media for Marital Hate. Just trying to promote the podcast a little bit,
no problem.
engage people, because the more you guys interact with us, the more like coverage we get, especially if you tell your friends. And then anyway, what would you title your autobiography? So here's the one. Valentine's Day. So we're going to do conversation hearts in theory throughout the month of February all the way to Valentine's Day. And, as you are aware, Valentine's Day hits a little differently when you have been married for 10 and a half years, together for 11 and a half years.
You might want some strange.
In any case, do you want some strange? Go get it.
No,
Fuck
I'm
you.
good. I'm good with whatever strange you have.
We made some conversation hearts, and I said hashtag Valentine's Day, hashtag conversation hearts, hashtag marital hate, hashtag Necco, little Massachusetts company right there. And the conversation heart says lube it up and stick it in, which is a common turn of phrase around here. That's how we do foreplay. It's at least how I do foreplay. And so Leslie said, "You're a great wife." And then I told her, "Oh, that's Doug, not me."
What do you mean that's
meaning you were saying to lube it up and stick in you.
No, that's not how it went. I'm not that gay adjacent.
Are you gay with Jason?
Jason, gay adjacent.
I can see you guys as a gay couple. You'd be so cute.
That could do worse.
You could do worse. Would you put things on his head for him?
No, that's you know what?
He's trying to culturally appropriate our head putting on.
I think it is. You know what he should put on his head is a hat because it's cold in Wisconsin.
Poor man, he's gonna freeze to death.
Wisconsin.
He comes from Wisconsin. He works. Where does he work?
Lumberyard.
He works on a lumberyard. I can't see that. I love Jason, but I don't see that.
Yeah.
He works in a home office there. When he walks down the street, everybody's surprised because he works in a home office and never leaves his house.
Yeah.
Well, like the rest of us. That's like the problem with between the chronic illness and the remote work, we're basically shut-ins.
There's a great story from Jason, work related, but I don't want to tell it. I'll get approval from Jason if I can tell that story. It's pretty good. But remind me. It's so good.
Oh, was he gay adjacent in the story?
No, not at all. No.
I think Jason, is he single?
I think he was newly single a little while ago. I think he may be off the market.
Is he a catch?
I don't know if he's a catch. What do I know if a man is a catch?
Do you think you're a catch?
No, I don't got no money. I don't got no job.
Tracy says, yes, I am so a homebody. Girl, I'm getting healthy and we're going places. All of us.
We're
all of
loading up
us
in a
gonna
schoolie.
have like a little.
We're getting a renovated schoolie.
No, we're not getting a schoolie. Although we did see that really fucking cool ass fucking.
Oh yeah, it was like one
it
of
was
those
like a trolley.
old school
It was
like trolley.
amazing.
And like they have the ship's wheel and you turn
So
it and the
beautiful.
roof raises up and then the slides come out.
It was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in
It's
my life.
amazing. And it was all like super maximalist.
We'll have to
like,
maybe
looking.
try to put that on another
Yeah,
day.
that was good.
But yeah, I would love to have an RV and be able to travel because I haven't been able to do anything for 10 years. If I can get healthy,
Yeah, man. I'll do
if I'm
anything.
getting healthy, we're doing so much stuff. It's gonna be annoying. And I'm gonna need money. So I guess we can get stars now. I think we get like if they give us stars, we get like $1 or
Oh,
something.
that would be good.
So if you feel
Well,
like
we
giving us
could load
stars,
up the car and come up to Lumber Liquidators, Georgia, where you guys are.
Well, it's so funny too. Like people were there was a video, I think it was from the Grateful Glampers, and they were like saying how you could very inexpensively organize your RV. And I was like, yeah, you know the expensive part of that is the RV.
You get a pull behind trailer. It's
Like,
not that
don't worry,
bad.
I'll
Fine.
figure out the organization. I can afford
Yeah. We
organization.
can go to the goddamn container
I
store.
can go
We
to
can
the
go
container
IKEA.
store. What I need is a $200,000 RV. Thank you. With solar, like a lot of it, and a separate hot toilet, and a lift, and skid plates, and a toad, and also a baby Jeep to be the toad setup.
While my Volvo's
Inverter.
in storage. My 15-year-old Volvo. Hey, I didn't have my quinceañera. God damn it. I was supposed to have a quinceañera for my car.
You're such an idiot.
God damn it. Maybe I can have it next week. You know what we could do? We take the Volvo and we'll go to La Casita. And we'll have some salsa and we'll have some authentic Mexican food. It's so goddamn
Okay,
good.
I'm going to tell you guys right now, dinner
Quinceañera.
tonight sucked. It wasn't Doug's fault.
No, it wasn't. We got this
It
orange
just
chicken
sucked. Do not
which
get
was
it.
already
It's
prepared at
gross.
Costco. We've had the mango, what is it? The mango was it
Mango
the
curry.
mango curry, which was amazing.
Amazing.
This one not
This
so amazing.
sucked.
It wasn't. It was just, you know, it was just
It sucked a
wasn't-
big fat dick. It sucked a big fat dick. You know what we should do? We should get a corned beef
yeah.
and like cook it and find like all kinds of ways to make corned beef breakfast quesadilla.
Corned beef.
Sorry,
Boiled corned beef.
corned beef,
Roasted corned beef.
corned beef,
Corned beef sandwiches.
corned beef breakfast quesadilla.
Corned beef breakfast case.
You're not listening to me.
Corned beef
corned-
hash.
Corned beef breakfast quesadilla.
Corned beef toothpaste.
What do you think?
Corned beef.
I'm sorry.
What?
Corned beef breakfast.
Corned beef is an underrated food.
But you're missing
Corned beef
corned
breakfast. Yeah,
breakfast
yeah.
quesadilla.
That would be amazing. Why don't we make that? So, you know what the problem is? Like the corned beef you get for St. Patrick's Day. If you buy that any other time of the year, it's like 3 times the price.
Bonkers.
Mm.
Competition. Well, you can
And
make
if you
it
buy
yourself.
it at
I
other
have friends
times
who
of the
make their
year,
own bacon.
if you buy things at other times of the year, you're thinking they just probably it's left over from St. Patrick's Day, or it's for next St. Patrick's Day. So it's kind of weird.
I have a 2-part life schedule struggle.
Yeah.
Part 1, very hard to find organic bacon. Very hard. Point 2, the thick cut bacon at Costco is neither organic nor do I really like it.
But it is thick. I thought you liked the.
I used to, but not as much now.
Oh my God, you getting in these things where you. All right,
Yes,
folks.
I know.
She'll eat something. You love it, and then just nope,
But like I
not
won't
gonna eat
eat
it
it to
anymore.
the point where it's like, is there something wrong with you? This is the only thing you
You'll eat
eat.
it every day, every day.
You're being
for-
crazy.
yeah.
And then all of a sudden I'm just done with it. I get that way with people too. Watch
Yeah,
out.
I know. Believe me, I've overstayed the welcome. on many occasions
That's true.
on a
you
daily
have.
basis. All right. So what are you thankful for?
Um,
Obviously not that orange chicken that we had for dinner.
No, I am not. But I would like to bring it back to Costco and tell them it was gross. They will give you your money back.
It was edible. It wasn't my favorite. But the problem was it was just sous vide chicken. It wasn't even like breaded or whatever, breading or like something like that might have helped it.
Okay, so it wasn't good.
Average. at best.
Wasn't. So we're not thankful for that. I am thankful for there's a present for you outside.
Oh.
I am thankful for the Amazon delivery people. I'm thankful for all the people that watch and support the podcast. I know it's a little quiet tonight. We lost our Instagram crowd.
We
but
had
Tracy
some good
and
numbers.
Ann and Zach and David and I know Jason was
It was good
here.
to hear
Mark
from Dave and
Bryan was
Joe
here.
and-
David was here. Geez, you guys are fucking awesome. We love you so much. Donna was here briefly. Michelle was here. Oh, Signs by Laura was here.
Signs by Laura
We
kicked off the
had
whole event.
Millmore even made it in.
Millmore came in.
Yeah, and
What do
then
you have to say? I didn't say.
and
He
then,
posted some funny stuff for
Nick
us today.
Williams gave us a like, and Nick Williams. By the way, if you're looking for a roof in Southwest Florida, talk to Nick. By the way, you also get a free AK and a turkey.
And a roof.
Although the turkeys may be gone. Maybe a free AK and a corned beef. I'm gonna message Nick and find out. Hey, can you get an AK and a corned beef if you get a roof now? And Cheryl, one of our favorite Bills fans, was here, and Nick and Laura. Thanks so much, you guys. We really appreciate you. I'm gonna ask Nick if we can get a corned beef. So don't let me forget to ask that. Oh, gratitude. So I'm thankful that I do not seem to be having a terrible reaction to the turkey tail mushrooms that I'm taking. However, and they're supposedly a miracle kind of medicine, but I'm a little worried that I don't feel bad. Because usually when you have like die off or whatever, when you have a chronic illness, when you're killing it off, a lot of times you'll feel worse. And I'm not feeling worse, so that's making me nervous. I'm tired though.
If it's going to detox, like help your liver function, then you might not be building up the same toxins at the same rate because you're
processing them at the same time.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
You know what we should do is
I should be a doctor. You know what? I should just be an advisor to the world. I could creative direct everything. I could advise you, give you some what?
Oh, I just thought I saw somebody over there.
It's just the
I need to do my no, I saw like something tall moved.
That's the skunk ape.
It's possible.
You're also
We
high
should
as
do my
fuck.
lymph nodes. I'm like literally sitting here massaging my lymph nodes because they're all swollen, but they're not like titties right now, so that's nice.
That's very good. So
So anyway, I'm thankful. Didn't we have a delightful lunch?
what did we have for lunch today? Something. Well, we had leftover from last night's dinner, which was very good.
Which was Polo Loco. Easy, awesome dinner. Get that frozen cauliflower rice at Costco. I'm thankful for frozen cauliflower rice from Costco.
Yeah, it's good, tasty.
I'm thankful that your hours are picking up at work.
I am. I will say that, and I had a one of the things.
What's
What?
that? I said we will see if you get
We'll
paid.
see, yeah.
We'll see if he gets
I'm just
paid.
gonna keep sending them invoices. And so there was a big meeting yesterday. We did a video and a presentation deck for, and apparently the meeting went like better than anybody could have expected. And then there was another meeting tomorrow, so we had to do another crash and burn situation for today. So which is good because now tomorrow I can probably not have to do much of anything because they're capping matters at a certain amount, and I have shit to do.
So, do you not have anything to do with
Oh, I have stuff that I can do. I got some invoice, and Friday's my invoice day, so I'm going to be sending out some invoices.
Well, I would like to maybe if you don't have, we can't go to Ding Darling because it's fucking Friday. Ding Darling's closed on Fridays.
It's always been. They don't know why.
Change it. To
You know what? I'm
Tuesday.
not thankful for that.
Change it to
I want
Tuesday.
to be able to go.
Change it to Tuesday.
So here's my thing. I'm grateful for.
Are they?
What?
What's your thing that you're grateful for?
I'm grateful for all these people.
Yeah.
Roof over our heads.
Yes.
Laughing
Yes.
and watching our new favorite television show.
Oh, remote control on
The
YouTube.
vintage remote control MTV game show
OG.
from probably late 80s, early 90s. And with some of the commercials and stuff that they put in there, LA Gear sneakers, all kinds of stuff like that. It's there's so many cool, like they're giving away like film cameras, Casio keyboards. They gave away the Jeep with the square headlights from back in the day.
Squares.
And
Baby G.
yeah, And if a celebrity went on, they would give $5,000 to their charity, which was
And the only charity they had was like PETA. Like they were like, you can either give to PETA or AmFAR.
yeah, there was 3. There was I forget what the other
There
one
was
was.
not a lot.
AmFAR. What is AmFAR?
Just making
give
things up.
give as much as you can to
What
AmFAR.
is AmFAR? AmFAR,
I-
the Foundation for AIDS Research.
That
I'm
was
right.
before they even had AIDS.
No,
back
they
in
had
the-
AIDS back then.
Yeah, but it was just for.
That's probably how you got it.
just
You
for
didn't even.
I
know
didn't
they
have
had-
AIDS. AmFAR. Let's find out when they were established.
Wow, what's the one called?
Oh, in April 1983, somebody discovered AIDS. Anyways, it's anyway. So we're gonna end the thing now.
Okay, well,
Everybody
did
be
we finish our
grateful.
gratitude.
I did. Yeah, we're beyond being grateful at this point.
We're
So
beyond being grateful.
we'll see you tomorrow night.
I'm grateful for cannabis. I'm grateful for turkey tail mushrooms, and I'm grateful for you guys and the snack Doug's gonna make because I have the munchies.
Oh.